Good morning, this is Lacy with the Group Travel Leader. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee at the Travel South International Showcase. My guest is Chris Thompson, who is the President and CEO of Brand USA, and Chris did a presentation this morning for the delegation. Chris, it would be, I think we could sum this up by saying that just as recently as 13 years ago, this country had 17% of the long-haul international arrivals in the world. And now we're somewhere just above 12%. And one of the missions of your group is obviously to get us back to that higher echelon. If we could get back to that benchmark, what would it mean for this country?
What it means is millions of visitors, billions of dollars in spend, and tens of thousands of jobs. Travel and tourism is the #1 service export for the country. So what that represents, what you were just talking about, is our loss in market share. The United States has never promoted itself the way it should. So the opportunity that we now have to promote the United States brand as the umbrella over all these amazing destinations and brands that are the fabric of the brand, give us an opportunity to build that share back.
Here, Nashville obviously is a major player, a major city, a major draw, but you've got a real diverse group here. You talked a lot about partnerships, industry engagement. What can the delegation here bring to the table for Brand USA?
Well, I was thrilled to have the opportunity to come be part of the group. One of the charges that by law we have, and then otherwise we just as part of who we are, is obviously the destinations that are going to benefit are the gateway cities and states, because other than the two countries we share a border with, people have to come through air. But we have a statutory charge and an obligation to promote beyond the gateways. So this event is a perfect example and a perfect opportunity for us to do that.
Are there specific ways that you would challenge people here to support the program and be more involved in the program? Are there missions? Are there how can the person that you convince today to get involved, what's the first thing they can do?
Well, the first thing to do is engage the resources that we have in people that their challenge is to take all the multitude of things that we have and figure out what makes sense for you and, let's say, your bed and breakfast, or what makes sense for you and your restaurant,
right, or
what makes sense for you and your destination that's beyond a gateway. We're never going to create the content. We're never going to try to define the destinations at the city or state level like they do on their own, because only they can do it better than we could ever dream of doing.
Right.
So if they'll give us access to their content, then those are assets that we can value and then use to draw down on the funding that we have from the federal government. So that's an easy, simple way to get involved with us.
Okay.
And then there's other ways. We just launched a digital platform that's called Road Trips. And the Road Trips is to talk about these trips that are away from the gateways, usually themed, and it's that whole concept that we all in America know about a road trip, which is we're going to go either to somewhere we've never been or someplace we want to go, and then it's an adventure along the way, and that's what that is on a digital platform.
Let's wrap up with Travel South USA. You gave them recognition this morning in your presentation for being, I think, one of the first, if not the first. Okay,
yeah,
regional organizations to step up,
yep,
and begin marketing with you. Tell me a little bit about what it is you've done with Travel South and maybe what you all intend to do in the future.
Well, our model dictates a lot of ways that we can partner, but Travel South figured that out early on. So we found a way to to cooperatively market, and then also for us to support events like this showcase. This is a show that promotes international visitation. It's a show that brings suppliers together with international travel trade and travel media. It's a perfect audience for us. And then more importantly, Travel South is an organization that brings together collective investment from states. Now that's not all they're spending internationally, but it's a portion of what they're spending. They take that sum total, and then what we do is we amplify their ability to deploy those resources. So
right,
whether it's through buying media, whether it's through digital platforms, whether it's through cooperative programs through trade shows and sales missions and whatnot, Travel South literally in every one of those opportunities has tried it, experimented with it, and in the board meeting yesterday when I met with the board, they said 90% of it worked. I said, with a startup organization like ours, and regardless of its startup, if I can hit it 90% of the time, I think I'm hitting it out of the park. Hey, baseball players hit 300 and they get paid millions of dollars, so 90% is a pretty good number.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Travel South's been great. And we've enjoyed creating and innovating with them, and I think the relationship has got a really bright future.
Okay. Well, on behalf of Travel South, thanks again for your time. And this is Lacy. My guest has been Chris Thompson. Chris is the CEO, President and CEO of Brand USA, and best of luck with everything.
Thanks so much. Appreciate the opportunity.
Okay.
Yep. Good to see you.